All right. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Jessie Burgart, and I'm reading The Art of Focus by Dan Coe. 3 pages a day. Thank you for being here. I think I said that. I'm on page 114 and it's day 29. Okay. You've experienced the same phenomenon. Think back to the last enjoyable vacation you went on. How did the sun feel on your skin? Did the trees, beaches, or mountains leave you in awe? And the place you stayed the night, did it give you inspiration for your future home? When you were a child, what was something that you absolutely hated? That thing you felt forced to do? That thing you never want to do again? Pull the feelings associated with that experience into the now. If you want to get ahead of the majority of the population, here's a good exercise. Keep a notebook or journal handy. You'll be encouraged to use it throughout the rest of the book. First, become brutally aware of two things. One, what you don't want. Two, where will you end up if you keep doing what you've been doing? Observe the masses and see where mindless action leads. It's not pretty. When I reflect on my past, this alone brought clarity to my future, like collecting the puzzle pieces that I didn't see when the situation first passed. I love my parents and they taught me incredible lessons, but nobody is perfect. Throughout my childhood, schooling, and religious indoctrination, I made mental note of the future I did not want to live. It's easier to know what you don't want from experience than it is to know what you want from imagination. But realize that imagination holds a lot of power. You need experience to fuel imagination, and when the two are combined, you create a frame that is impossible to distract your focus. Create an anti-vision for your future. Write out every single thing you don't want, why you don't want it, and how you are going to avoid it. Throughout this process, you won't get immediate answers. Being conscious of your mistakes will serve as your light in the dark. It may take weeks, months, or years to get answers to your burning internal questions. This is natural. How do we understand what we don't want? Through a series of questions. I cannot create or answer these for you. These serve as a starting point, a spark to the fire, a thought that triggers further reflection. What does an unfulfilling day look like to you? What kind of person would you avoid as a significant other? How do you not want to look, feel, and act? How much money is too little to sustain your lifestyle? Why is it too little? What won't you be able to do with that money? What environment would you hate living in? Why? Get meticulous here. Spend some time with your thoughts. If questions keep coming up, don't stop. And when you feel thoroughly uncomfortable, transmute that negative energy toward the opposite. Flip to a new page, refer back to the questions above, and write out what you think you want in your future. From your anti-vision, create a vision in which you can dance between the two to make better decisions daily. The highest paid individuals are the visionaries, strategists, and creative problem solvers of the world. Your vision is greater than yourself. It gives you a soft direction to focus the goals and actions that stem from it. Your vision should be big, not limited by belief, and emotionally compelling when you marinate your mind in the growing detail. Your vision is your gift, not a fancy machines on wheels, vacations, or the amount of money you make from that vision. When you are walking down a busy street, it will show in your strut. When you are alone with yourself, you will feel at ease. When you are in the market for a potential partner, they will sense your dedication. A clear vision and an eternal source of energy when consistently refined through self-reflection and conscious decision making. Uh, Through the art of focus, you can tap into this intrinsic motivation at any time. Come back to your writing at least once a month to revise and remove limits on your potential that you had not seen before. Purpose, path, priority. The foundation of human behavior is purpose-oriented problem solving. And if you don't find a purpose with meaningful problems to solve, you will be assigned a purpose with mindless problems to solve. If you do not choose meaning, you will be assigned the opposite because life demands movement, even if you want to stand still and let it pass you by. Purpose is elusive. New Age teachers seem to do a great job at telling people to live with purpose, but fail to explain it in a coherent fashion. A purpose is a meaningful goal. From that goal stems a problem that you must focus your attention on solving through education, action, and whatever allows you to move toward the goal. Your purpose is the most pressing problem in your life at this very moment, the one that you have been putting off addressing, the one that you have not contemplated to realize the havoc it wreaks on your potential by preventing you from acting on a deeper purpose. Your life's purpose is the big problem you want to solve in the world, but most people don't have the personal, professional, or social development to pursue that. Purpose evolves from superficial to metaphysical, and you cannot skip steps. If you attempt to skip steps, you may see progress, but you will be out of touch with reality until you are forced to snap back and solve the low-level problems preventing you from pushing further. To open up room for curiosity, creativity, and consciousness, you must master your survival. That is, you must create a hierarchy of goals, solve the problems along the path, and prioritize where you focus your finite mental energy. Realize that mastery is a process. We never escape survival, but we create systems that are efficient enough to maintain a baseline level of stress while staying vigilant of becoming overly robotic. Before you go off to solve big problems in the world, you must solve the big problems in your life. How else are you going to act with authenticity? If you haven't met your basic needs, like having enough money to live stress-free in that domain, you will always need something from someone else. And yes, unless you plan to live off the grid and fend for yourself, money is a basic need in the current world. It is close to impossible to act with authenticity when your actions are influenced by need of something outside of yourself. All right. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow morning, 7:45 Eastern Time.